Many of our country's youngest voters feel depressed and disenfranchised ahead of the election. According to an NBC News Quibi poll, they're worried about the future and concerned about the coronavirus. So NBC News Now correspondent Dasha Burns caught up with college-age voters in Pittsburgh to see firsthand how they're feeling.
Young in the past, I probably wasn't as interested in politics, but just due to some of the situations of riot recently, specifically like coronavirus and racial tensions, I've been a lot more interested in this election.
Soon, how interested are you in the election?
You know, I'm not very interested because of the two candidates, but I mean, I have to vote. It's my duty as a citizen, but I would be more interested if the candidates were better.
And what do you think about Donald Trump?
I feel like our country does not need any more hate or any more division, and we need to unify, and I feel like that's why Joe Biden would be our best choice right now.
The Black Lives Matter movement, how have you been engaged with that movement at all?
Like watching all of it, I get like kind of emotional, but just because at the end of the day, like, it's not a political issue, like, it's a human rights issue.
Dasha Burns joins us now from Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh, or Carnegie Mellon, as a good Yinzer would say. Dasha, the Gen Z students there are really concerned about social and racial injustice. What other issues are most important to them in this election?
Hey, Allison. Well, it's interesting. We've been speaking to a pretty specific slice of that Gen Z demographic here at Carnegie Mellon University, but also down the road at University of Pittsburgh. They're just a neighboring school here, and we talked to students from both. These are young voters who are getting a college education, and they're getting that education in Pennsylvania, a critical swing state. So we did hear a lot more engagement with the election, or at least an understanding of the gravity of a vote in this election than perhaps you might hear nationally from this demographic. These students understand that this state and this election really matters. You heard there, the Black Lives Matter movement has really energized students on this campus and beyond. And the coronavirus, they've been concerned about its effects economically. A lot of these students, are on financial aid, and that has been impacted. So all this amalgamation of events has, I think, brought this election to the forefront in a way that perhaps it hasn't been in the past, and especially for students in this state that could potentially be make or break in this election, Allison.
Yeah, it's a real important state in this election. Dasha, how about the candidates? What did they tell you about which candidate best aligned with their views? Are they connecting with one or the other?
Well, a lot of students told me they felt pretty lukewarm about the candidates. One said it felt like 2016 again, sort of choosing between the lesser of two evils. But most of the students I spoke with did tend to lean towards Joe Biden. Take a listen to what one student told me about the candidates. What do you think about Joe Biden?
He's one of the better candidates, in my opinion. I think he thinks more about other people than he does himself, which I think is really important right now with all that's going on.
And what do you think of Donald Trump?
I'm not the biggest fan, I'm not going to lie. I think that he supports things that aren't good for anybody and that will probably only end up aiding himself.
And Allison, regardless of whether they were passionate about the candidates or not, every single student I spoke to did tell me that they plan to vote. Some plan to vote absentee, others in person, but everyone is planning to cast a ballot one way or another. Allison.
All right, excellent to hear, no matter how they feel, Dasha, that they are planning to head to the polls. Dasha Burns in my beloved Pittsburgh, great to see you.
Good to see you too, Allison. Pittsburgh says hi.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.